Alright, I am in Kampala, Uganda, and what better place to start my video other than the suburbs of Kampala, Uganda. And right now I am on Kalerwe Zone Road, and it goes on to join this other road which also is called Sora Road. And this Sora Road intersects with Mawanda Road. That's Mawanda Road, which curves behind Mulago and heads into Kamocha. Anyway, I'm going to slope with it, but wow, it's a beautiful sunset. So I am going to slope with this Mawanda Road such that I can meet the Gayaza Kampala Highway. It is a great day in Kampala, Uganda, and this is the first month of 2026, today being the 6th of January. Anyway, let's take our walk and I take you around here. Now I'm going to give you a brief about this Kalerwe Road Zone area and what you may need to know about this area. Anyway, it's very interesting that Kalerwe Zone basically is strategically positioned near several Kampala's major institutions. It has proximity to Mulago Hospital, as I showed you. If you use Mawanda Road, it's just a short distance, about 5 to 10 minutes drive, or about 20 minutes walk from Mulago Referral Hospital, national for that matter. It is bordered by areas like Kalerwe Zone, and for now, let me cross the road for this beautiful sunset that we have. And crossing Ugandan roads, you have to be very present, because you have to not only take care of the motorcycles, but also of the cars that are incoming. But the more deadly ones are the motorcycles. A car is easy to spot from a distance. Anyway, so basically the areas around Kalerwe Zone include Kalerwe Zone, Triangle Zone, and you'll find that local businesses like Sila, some of the things around these areas, Shila Limited, basically they deal in tents. And the area is characterized by mixed paved roads and narrow, often unpaved community access roads. I think you'll see that in more of my subsequent videos, and something like that anyways. So it's very accessible by boda motorcycles. Those are these motorcycle taxis. These are not privately driven, but they are to do business, carry people around, and most of them be waiting for passengers. So Uganda is a very good place to travel. You cannot fail to find yourself in places. So at times also taxis pass around these parts. I don't know why Google seems to think that they are called matatus in Uganda, but in Uganda they will be called kamunye, a name that has also disappeared lately. But taxi is just enough. And when we say taxis, for us we mean the 14-passenger HIACE vans that are retrofitted with seats, not those one hail kind of cars, salon cars. Anyway, this area is typical of Kampala, bustling and at times high energies in the night. It also has proximity to Makerere University, which is in that direction. Let's meet Mawanda Road, and we shall walk up to the western perimeter wall, actually eastern perimeter wall of Makerere University, which you might already know from my previous videos is a premier university in East Africa. So I've crossed over to this side because some gentleman was walking after me, and I kind of don't like it because I'm not very sure of what's really happening, but I see some infrastructure work. This look like armor cables. Most of Uganda's electricity has been passing underground in the recent past. Anyway, it's very funny that I was running from that gentleman, and it turns out to be a policeman, but he was walking too close to me. I felt a bit nervous at times coming from behind. But Uganda is generally safe, so not to worry you. But a little caution anywhere is good, because no city is immune from phone grabbers, more so cities that have people walking. And we are now meeting the Gayaza Kampala Highway. That's because I am going to head in that direction. But first of all, it actually comes from Gayaza, which would be in this distance. Gayaza is roughly in central Uganda. So the direction I'm pointing at would be Gayaza side, and then this is Kampala city center. This place is commonly filled with jam, and the irony is that majority of this area is populated, but in that direction you'll actually meet the northern bypass at 90 degrees, and then the market is just before you hit the northern bypass, and that is Kalerwe Market. So I need to jump, but I do not want my trouser to tear in front of me. It's always fun to see a bicycle rider wiggling between cars. So yep, we are in the Kalerwe area zone. Someday I'll pass through the suburbs of Kalerwe, which is basically a low income slum, which is mostly foot traffic, so don't expect to use your car in those spaces. So these are some of the routes that will take you deep into the Kalerwe slum. And I'm glad to have you here. So let's head towards Makerere University. And it is evening. The year has started. So a lot of private cars coming out of town, and some of these tend to be government workers and probably businessmen and women who are returning, mostly bosses. Their workers tend to stay back longer to close shop. The city is returning back to life, and it is a beauty. I see a Aloysius complex all on this section of Gayaza Kampala Road between Kalerwe Market and the Kubiri roundabout, Makerere. This primary school always intrigues me. A lot of flats, but I don't see them with playgrounds. I think it's called Udesi. I do not know where those primary school kids perform exercises, but maybe someday. But she said some things only get worse. I don't know how true that is, but maybe someone will come up with a policy where schools in Kampala are required to have playing surfaces and grounds. We don't want broilers who are incapable of physical exercise and who think of it more as punishment as opposed to fun. Yeah, evenings in Kampala are categorized by street vendors. So in case you fail to grab a quick meal during the day or food to grow, they are your solution. More of this route will take you, actually it can allow cars, it will take you to meet Bombo Road in the distance, which will also meet in this direction. A lot of motorcycles, and notice that they are in twos. That means the person behind is actually a passenger. Some actually have two passengers, something which is considered illegal, not because motorcycles are weak to carry them, but because for safety. In the past they used to collide a lot, and therefore in the event of an accident it was assumed that if only one passenger and rider are affected, it's not as bad as 3 or more. Anyway, so that is generally it. But as most countries are, if not caught, then you're not in wrong. So occasionally 1 or 2 motorcycle taxi riders will have more than 1 passenger at the back of the motorcycle. And I've actually seen as far as 5 people on 1 motorbike, but that is also not very easy to at times explain. Yeah, it's kind of strange. That you have to really be a steady person to be able to carry 5 people on the back of a motorcycle. So welcome back to Kampala, Uganda. It's an evening walk, and I think you can now see that the city is returning to its normal ways. The crowds, the cars, and all the noise and fumes of the city. And more often than never, I don't know whether it's a bias that I'm now having, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people from the west in town, but I don't know, maybe it's because I'm very conscious. But majority of the income, these are more of the suburbs. We shall walk there someday, but today let's stick on Kampala-Gayaza highway, more like Gayaza Kampala highway, since I'm moving from the direction of Gayaza into Kampala's direction. And I've decided to walk in the opposing flow of traffic just to allow me be aware of what is coming ahead. Now, Since it is evening, usually the lane leading out of town tends to have jam and congestion, whereas the lane that is going into town is jammed mainly because I think of the lights. The lights have held them, and at times the chaos from the people coming from town affecting the intersections. We are going to meet the signal traffic light in front. That is just next to the Synagogue of All Nations Church by Kakande Ministries. It's lovely to see motorcycle action in Kampala, Uganda, and it's the best means of transportation. You can see that they're moving faster than the cars. So if you want to get places quicker, the motorcycle is the way to go. I see some car garages in these areas. So that's some of the businesses around here. And it's a delight to show you this action. Very, very great. And let's actually head. More garages. So usually these garages appear in swamps or places where landlords are probably absent, left the country, and to keep the lands busy, they put either car garages, as in people who repair cars. Oh, it is evening. It's 5 minutes to 7, and that is the cloudy evening that's happening. But Kampala is returning home, and you can see the jam of the city, to the point that I no longer see the point in owning a car in the city. I do not like to be made to sit out of not my choice or volition, like forced seating. Yeah, so this is how motorcycle taxis find you in places, get you to places. Any gap the bike or motorcycle can fit, they will pass. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Visit Uganda. Very many hospitable people. It's a lovely country. And just like that, a call is coming through. So you'll allow me to pick the call. This person's also not serious. Hello? Hello? What happened to 5:30? Pardon? You'll find me in Chikumi. Yeah. I think I'm going to eat supper from there. Alright, so my call has ended, and let's continue on our walk along Gayaza Kampala highway. It's actually an